Okay, that's enough of that, right? Who's ready? You guys ready? You ready? You ready? You ready? I hope you're ready. I have to answer a question. Here's the bottle. I'm glad. Can we go? Man, so demanding. Let's hope it shows up. It's not showing up. I broke something, guys. Hold on, let me restart this thing. Maybe it will work now. Hey, Amorto. I'm about to answer a question. Someone needs advice. It's not working. It's not working. Let me restart this thing, maybe. It like glitched out before. Looking at settings, seeing what happened. There we go. Here it is. Thank you, it is very nice. Here's the question. Anonymous says, how do I deal with trust issues and also being scared of opening up? Anonymous. All right, Anonymous. I worked this one out last night and a little bit this morning.
Hello there.
Pondering Minds and I actually worked on this together, so the credit goes to both of us for trying to help out this person. So Pondering Minds, thank you for the help. We had a nice conversation last night, the two of us. And so this is the answer. Think about the people that you interact with.
Hello there.
Okay. Anonymous, I hope you're listening. Hope you're there. Is there anyone that you trust at all? Is there someone that you once trusted but can't? Who do you trust? Why do you trust them? Is there a reason why you struggle to trust? Why are you scared of opening up to others? I'm asking these questions because these are questions you should be asking yourself, okay? To try to figure things out, honestly. Is there something that has happened in your life once, several times, that's made it difficult for you to trust or open up to others? So these are questions I like to open up with questions that you have to ask yourself. In life, if you do not ask yourself questions to try to solve issues, then you're going to go in circles and not find a solution. Asking questions is good. It helps you figure things out. Most reasons why people have trust issues is because of events that they've gone through over time that have hindered such an ability of causing us to push them away while attempting to create a better version of ourselves or enhance our lives. So when there's conflict, you trust someone, you tell them something, but they hurt you. You push them away to protect yourself. Then you try to better your life without this person while always maybe having a problem with this person because they didn't take whatever you said to them and they didn't cherish that thing. Okay? There's no doubt about it that people could be hurtful. People do things that cause others to form doubts. People betray others. And it's hard to feel like it is the right time to feel comfortable enough to tell your thoughts and open up to someone, to tell your life to them. And I think one step to take is to see who has been there for you in your life and has been a good listener and has not let you down. This person doesn't judge you. Find this person. I hope you find this person, okay? There's got to be someone that resembles this person. Princess Pashley, thank you for subscribing for 6 months. How are you doing? I hope you're well. Right now I'm answering a question that someone asked. Good afternoon. Did you just wake up? Good morning to you. I hope you're having a beautiful day. So,
hello there.
As I was saying, if you can't figure out anyone in your life that has been trustworthy, then there's something that you need to know. Okay? You have been putting a high expectation on someone else. You put high expectations up on others sometimes, and this is unfair to them. Because if they break your expectation of them, you feel shattered. And sometimes we put far too much pressure on other people because we're counting on them so much. So it starts there. You trust someone because you have these high expectations of them. You have these high hopes for how they're going to look at you and how they're going to take something. And then if they don't do what your expectation of them was, you go, oh, what do I do now? All right. Hey, yeah, Sonic, how are you? So I want to briefly talk about self-confidence. So Anonymous, if you lack confidence in yourself, you're feeling a longing for someone to help fill that void. Okay. You don't have confidence in who you are. So you're looking to other people. You're trying to find acceptance. You want love. Yes, I did. Yes, Sonic. You want to bare your soul to someone because you long to be loved very deeply. And you don't want to be judged by the people that you care about and that you want love from. No problem. Go ahead, Pashley. I'll just wait a second. This is a deep question, guys. There's a lot in this to answer. Okay. Think about how scary it is to bare your soul to someone. Okay? Because you lack self-confidence, you hold off opening up to someone sometimes. Maybe there's someone who really wants to be there for you and help support you. And maybe they're a true friend or a good parent or a good mentor or just someone who is willing to lend an ear out to you. They're not going to look down on you, okay? But you don't know that. How can you realize that? What can you do in order to realize that this person really, really does care? They want to be there. Like, because you don't have that confidence, it's hard for you to be able to say, this is how I feel. Because you're afraid of being hurt. And that's not a bad thing, okay? You fear being hurt. When you have lost trust with someone, you can easily become angry. You could become bitter. And that causes you to build wedges and close doors or walls between yourself and the other person. So we could project these issues to the next person that we try to find. And we use these series of events in our lives that have caused us this bitterness and this anger. And it's caused us to have more doubt and less ability to trust someone because we take our experience, our life experience, and we bring it to the next person. And we tell them like, well, I've been hurt before. I've had these issues. You tell these people this. You tell them, I can't trust people, so I don't know if I could trust you. And they're like, you could trust me. And they're like, no, I can't because I've been hurt before. Something like that might happen. You're like, I can't because you might hurt me like the last person. Well, let me at least try. Okay? Like someone might, I want to listen. No, I can't. I can't trust you because I've been hurt. And then you say, forget it. I'm not going to tell you. I'm not going to tell you. That could happen. All right. So I want to state that if you want someone to trust, you can't automatically find someone and just let it all out. You can't just be like, hi, let me tell you my life story right now. Okay. Sometimes trust is gradual and it builds up over a process of months to even years. Sometimes it's very easy to trust and you're like, man, this person's so easy to talk to. I think it's going to be okay. And then you just tell them. It just depends on the person. that it's okay. Every person is different. Every interaction you have is going to be different. You can't expect someone to be exactly like the last person that you talk to with your feelings, your emotions, the things that you are trying to protect from making you be looked down upon by someone else, okay? You'll learn that there are some people that you need to build boundaries up around in order to protect your relationship or yourself, okay? So this isn't necessarily bad. There may be friends that you have that you feel very comfortable with, enough that you could share whatever you're going through. You might have a friend like that. Just share whatever. And you know that they're going to keep your secrets. And you know they're not going to let you down. But then there are other people that you're like, well, they care about me, but I can only tell them portions about my life. I can only tell them portions of my secrets, my feelings. And that's okay. Some people you can't be as deep with. It's all right. You'll figure out who these people are. As an example, I have some friends that I feel so relaxed with and trust so well that I know they're not going to try to hurt me no matter what I tell them at all. They're going to be honest with me. Even when I need to hear the responses that, you know, like if I tell them something and I'm like, oh boy, this is going to be hard, but I need to tell you. They're going to support me in these decisions that might be hard. Like no matter what I choose, I know they're going to have my back. They're like, listen, this is probably what you should do, but you could decide what you want to do with this. And that doesn't mean they don't have your back if they say like, oh, well, I don't really agree with what you're about to do. Okay, that doesn't mean that you can't still be friends with them. It just means that they're not trustworthy just because they said something that's opposite of what you want to do. Okay, you don't want a friend who agrees with every single thing with you. There might be friends that you have or people in your life that have your back so much that they will agree and say like, yeah, totally. But what's important is a true friend is going to tell you what you need to hear because they care about you. There's one thing that you're ashamed to tell friends, so you lie to some that aren't as close. Oh, I'm sorry to hear that. But again, it's hard to be completely open with certain people, and I understand that. So my friends, when I tell them secrets, I know they're not going to look down on me. The ones that I've made over time, my closest friends, they're not going to be like, oh, this person, here she goes. But we might argue. We might even get hurt by them. Our best friends can hurt us, but they don't want to hurt us. But that doesn't mean that you can't rebuild that relationship, that bond, okay? I know my friends, when we've had those type of things, I know that they still care about me. And then they're not going to push me aside. There might be friends that push me aside. You might find people that will push you aside. Maybe they can't take the information you have to tell them. Maybe they just don't know how to deal with it. And you need to be ready for a situation like that. And that might let you down. If you don't have confidence in who you are, that's definitely going to let you down. So some of my other close friends, I know which subjects to avoid with them that they're not ready for. I might have to wait a few months before I tell them. There might be friends where they're going to be overwhelmed. I could depend on them for a lot of other things, though. So it's just like some people, you're going to learn what you could share with some people. And you might have friends in different areas of your life for different things. And that is totally, totally okay. All right. So you're going to learn how to balance your relationships is basically what it comes down to. There is a balance with every relationship you have. So you are going to find someone in time that you could say anything to and you don't have to worry. But then there are going to be some people that you're like, I need to wait. I can't tell them this. You keep everything to yourself and you stay positive on the outside so you don't push negativity to others. But sometimes there might be someone that really wants to know what's going on inside of you, corpse. So like for instance, I'm a very positive person. Do I get down in the dumps sometimes? Yes. So when I'm down in the dumps, I definitely tell my close friends, the people that are really, they mean a lot to me. I'll be like, I'm not doing so well today. Can I talk to you? And sometimes they'll be like, yes, yeah, let me know. Like I definitely have friends like that. But to be completely like, for everyone to not open up to anyone, that could hurt you a lot. So just be careful with that. Because when you share stuff that you're going through and you have someone there to listen, it helps you feel a lot better. And then you could grow better too if there's someone that is willing to listen. To your closest friends, you don't lie. You can't bring yourself to tell them everything. I mean, I think it depends on the situation. Again, like, everyone has different things. If you're going through something extremely secretive that you're not ready, like, you have to know when you're ready and when it's time. Okay? Sometimes you need time to understand what's going on before you share it. And that's fine too. Sometimes you need time to just figure things out before you open up to them. So if it has to deal with a love relationship and trusting them or not, that can have its own separate dynamic. How will they handle your heart? You start to think about that. Will they care for it enough to respect it and not look down upon me for like whatever it is? Or will they constantly make me feel belittled and not valued? And you've got to know how to tell them. Like, you need to be willing to say like, hey, you've hurt me. This is like stuff like what I talked about last week in a way, where you have to be willing to say if you're hurt or not to someone that's hurt you. Will you ever tell them and approach them and be like, hey, I trusted you. I really was hoping you'd be there for me and you weren't there and you hurt me. You need to be willing to say that. And if they're not willing to say like, yeah, I did hurt you, and like, or hey, I didn't know that I hurt you, I'm glad you told me. Like, that there are so many different scenarios that you could come across with these things. So again, each person that you come in contact with will handle things that you tell them in different ways, and you need to be willing to prepare for how they're going to react. But also you have to weigh how much you're going to share of this information and how much at one time. Do you want to maybe slowly do it? Some people may seem trustworthy, but they go and they just spread rumors right away. They're like, oh my goodness, this person just told me this. Can you believe it? And then that person goes like, oh, I heard that this person said this. And they're like, oh, I can't believe it. And then they say, did you hear? Like, so, you know, this is going to definitely make things very painful for you. So maybe they didn't even realize that it was something private. Maybe you said something and they didn't know. They're like, I didn't realize that that was something that you didn't want me to share. I wish you said like, hey, this is private. Like, hey, this is between us. Some friends, you don't have to say that. You'd be like, you know, I go to you for these things. So this is just, you know, this is totally between us. And they're like, yeah. Sometimes you don't have to say anything. But there are some people where you have to say it. All right? Regardless of how they act or how much you have told them, it's very hard to know if they'll do that or not, if they'll go and spread rumors. I think you will learn who those people are through your experiences. So think about, this is what I want you to think about. This isn't my analogy for you. Okay? You're going into a pool or a body of water, like the sea. Like right here, we have the water here. Okay? I love water. So I'm going to use water here and there for when I give advice. So a pool or a body of water in regards to the relationships that you have and the trust that you're building with them, okay? Right now, this water here, it looks very calm. It's peaceful. It's lovely, all right? You decide, I'm going to dip my toe in a little bit before I actually go completely under. You don't want to dive into the deepest depths immediately because you might drown. And then someone might come, that person that you're trying to get trust from, they might try to swim out to you, but maybe they're going to drown with you. Or maybe they're starting to drown and they don't know how to handle it and they swim off because they're like, I can't. And they swim off. That's going to cause you to be disappointed. All right? Instead, get in slowly into the water. Get to know the water. Understand how your body feels in its weight. Float a bit. Over time, go deeper. Take a swim. Feel that elation of the joy of being in that water. If you do this, you're going to learn better about trusting someone and opening up to them. Ease into it. If you feel intimidated at all and unable to share things with someone, it's okay. All right? Don't do it because of pressure. Don't feel like you have to say something all at once right away to someone. Take your time. If it's uncomfortable, definitely don't do it. All right? But you need to learn about yourself before you try to go to someone. So like maybe someone in your own life that you interacted with has hurt you deeply and you just need a friend. Like, hey, this person has hurt me. How can I deal with this? What should I say to them? And they're like, hey, that's really hard. I'm here for you. I don't really know what to say. Like sometimes they might not know what to say to you. They might be like, that's really horrible. I care about you, but I don't know what to do. But no matter what you do, I'm here for you to listen. Sometimes that's all they can do. You can't expect them to like snap their fingers and be like, I have a solution for you. This is it. Have patience, okay? It's hard to be patient, but it's really a good way to build a good relationship with someone. So I hope this answers your question about trust and opening up. For me personally, I'm very open. I open up easily to people. I used to have a problem where I trusted too easily, and then I would get hurt pretty badly because I opened up so easily. So now I'm a little more cautious with who I tell what. So this advice is from my own experiences, what I've gone through, and I hope that you can learn from everything you've gone through. I don't want you to go through hurt. I want you to find someone that you trust. Bray Lon Miller, thank you for the follow. I really hope that you find someone that you could trust and that is going to cherish you and the information you have to give them, or any life experience that you've gone through, that they're not going to be like, what a child, you know, like, well, when I was your age, I did this. Like, you don't want someone that's going to look down on you. You want them to see you as someone who's equal and who is caring. So find people out there. There are definitely people that you could trust. And I know you're at that spot where you're like, I don't know. How am I going to do that? Like, I don't know what to do. You'll find that person. Again, ease into it. Yeah, how are you, Braylon Miller? How are you? Thank you for being here. It's good to meet you. Right now, I'm trying to give some advice to someone that asked this question here. This is called Message in a Bottle. I get messages that I find in the ocean or in the sea, you know. And this is the second one I'm answering today. For anyone who's been listening to this and you need advice for something, you have a question. Again, as you saw earlier on today, we had a fun, silly question, and it was really exciting. We had really good responses. You could ask some sort of question like that. And then there's the serious questions that you could ask too. You just ask anything. It's anonymous. I won't know who you are. I have no idea who this person is. I don't have an email address with them or anything. I got this a few weeks ago. And I try to answer 1 or 2 questions per week. Hey, Destroya. No problem that you're lurking. I'm doing very well. How are you today? Yeah, I had a silly question. So, like, I don't know if it's gonna work, but... Oops. This was the first question today. Yeah. This was... Earlier on, I answered this question. If you could create an animal that consists of 2 existing animals, what would you make? For example, Frog, Bunny, Pepper. So this one wasn't anonymous. So we know who this person was. And then she ended up drawing up answers that were given from people in the chat and from me. She drew them on the spot while listening, and it was really cool. So that was the first question, and then this was the question I just answered. Hey, Addie, I'm doing very well. How are you today? Hope you're well. Thank you for being here.
Hello?
Okay. I'm really tired from that exercise bike. I did 3 miles on my exercise bike in a row, and usually I could do more, but I'm really tired from it. Oh, yeah, I know. I understand, Bills. We all